All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another bodybuilding video on the Bodybuilding News Network. As always, I'm your host, Saunch, Josh. And let's go ahead and talk about the Boston Pro. So the Boston Pro is going to be one of those first big shows that we're going to be having in this year's 2022 ifbb Pro competitive calendar. So we're very excited for the return or potentially the debut of the Boston Pro. I thought I've heard of it before, so I'm pretty sure it is the reintroduction of the Boston Pro. And what I want to talk about is Phil Klahar. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, you know that I am a big fan of Mr. Phil Klahar. You can find an interview with him and myself on this channel if you want to get to know him and myself a little bit more. But Phil Klahar, or Philip Klahar, is getting ready for the Boston Pro. This is going to be his first show of the 2022 competitive calendar in men's open bodybuilding. Phil Klahar placing third at the Texas Pro last year in August, and respectfully the second place finish in the Tampa Pro. So we really liked what we saw from him. Very dominant from the back. Unfortunately, he didn't get the look from me, or at least from the judges. He did get the look from me, but there was a little bit of discrepancy between, and the conversation is going to continue on as we go through these next few years of me commentating on this channel, is the difference between what I see or what the fans see from their chair, from their armchair, and what the judges are seeing from the table, from the judging booth. So there's somewhat of a discrepancy there on what you can see in person and what you can or cannot see online. Now, I think it's an interesting conversation to have. Looking at the Boston Pro Instagram page in their tagged section, if you guys go all the way to the right, you can see a tagged section. It shows you everyone who tags that page. I'm not really seeing any other open pros that are saying they're going to be competing at the show. So not really sure who we're going to see there. I actually just noticed Douglas Frutchie saying that he might do that show, so that'll be fun. I love Douglas, another athlete that we also have done an interview on this channel. So go ahead and check out Douglas Frutchie's or Foucher's interview. So check that one out. Awesome guy, really knowledgeable. But it looks like he will also be doing the show coming up in just I think it was 9 weeks. Moving into from what I know, the most recent pro show that we're going to have this year. I'm sick, if you can't tell by my eyes, so that's why I'm just dabbing my nose a little bit here and there between the edits, right? But the Saudi Classic Pro, the inaugural Saudi Classic Pro show, is coming out January 15th, 2022. So just coming around the corner this coming weekend, as it is Sunday, the 9th of January, 2022. And from what I know, they have men's physique. We won't really cover that too much. They have a $20,000 prize for 212, and they also have classic physique. So we will do a little bit of news coverage for the 212 and the classic physique. But the two favorite athletes, I can't think of the other guy off the top of my head, but Ahmad Ashkenani is announcing that he will be doing this show. I think by far he is the favorite to win this show. I think he won the Prague Pro. Is that what it's called? The Evils Prague Pro. He won that one in the 212. I do believe that does qualify him for the 2022 Mr. Olympia in the 212. So we will probably see him again. He's probably already qualified just off that. But hey, why not do a show early in the year and then take the rest of the year off to prep for the Olympia? I don't believe he's doing, or the Arnold Classic's not doesn't have the 212 anymore. So it's not even a thing, unfortunately. But that is going to be the next big pro show is going to be that Saudi Pro. Briefly, I want to talk about the Arnold Classic. We'll talk more about it as we get a little bit closer in March, early March, the 3rd through the 6th, 2022 in Columbus, Ohio, as always. But I wanted to talk about some of the favorites coming into the show for Classic Physique. Right off the bat, Mr. Olympia, Breon Ainsley is going to be doing this show. I think it's going to be a very tough win to place out above Breon Ainsley. But there are some competitors like defending champ Alex Cabernero. I think it's how you pronounce it. Cabernero. He is the defending Classic 212 Arnold Classic champ. And we also have some two big rising stars in the 212 based off of the Olympia placings. We have the Miracle Bear, Urs from Germany. He placed third or fourth? I think it was fourth at the Arnold, or at the Mr. Olympia this year. And then we also have, I believe he placed fifth, was the Ramon the Dino guy from Brazil. Amazing physiques. I think both of them are going to do very well. Probably going to see them in the top four. All four gentlemen we just talked about, I think, are going to be battling it out for the top four. But please let me know in the comment sections below how you guys are feeling about the lineup for this year's Arnold Classic. It's kind of an interesting thing, as I feel like I get more excited looking at these Classic guys sometimes than I do looking at the Open. And then same as to the 212, sometimes I feel like it's more exciting watching the 212 guys compared to the Open. You kind of know where the Open guys are going to place, but the Classic, the 212, like, you can get some serious surprises, a lot of mix-ups that are, not mix-ups, just differences, and it's very exciting. I'm not going to talk about the Open, but I wanted to give a little spotlight to TFE Media, who beat me to the punch on creating the collaboration photos of all the competitors. So really cool what he did here with the men's Open lineup. A lot of these guys, it's going to be a great show. So we'll look forward to talking about the Open lineup a little bit sooner as we get closer and closer to the show. But I also want to talk about, I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, as you guys always do in the comment sections below, as I fight off a sneeze, is the debut of Wellness at the Arnold Classic. So looking at probably what I think is the favorite to win the show, and always let me know in the comment sections, guys, is Yarnisha Ayala, the 2021, or not Arnold Classic, New York Pro. She won the New York Pro in the Wellness, and then she placed top 4 at the Mr. Olympia in the women's wellness. So in my opinion, I think she's definitely one of the favorites to win the show, if not second. But while I have it up, I might as well just pull up the scorecard here for the wellness and take a gander. Let's see, they got the Yarnisha Ayala. Angela Borges placed really, really well at the Olympia, something like top 3. Let's see, Sunny Andrews. I know she's a big name, the doctor something. I know she's a big name, but besides that, I'm not seeing anything. Isabel Nunez, that sounds familiar, so probably look for her in that first call out. But obviously, guys, I'm not a big follower of the wellness, so I do apologize for my ignorance. It's, ignorance isn't a bad thing. It's just the not knowing of something. So appreciate you guys stopping in, checking out the channel. Appreciate you guys sticking around my return to bodybuilding news. It's been a while. It's been quite a few weeks of just kind of taking a break. Sometimes you get burnt out. Sometimes you make content and it's not exciting anymore. And there's a few reasons. I definitely noticed a lot of negativity in our sport, which is, I feel like I bring it up every single time, but really just a change in the focus of bodybuilding. Instead of like reporting the news and reporting, a positive outlook on things, there's been a lot of negativity, and I kind of had to take a break. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in another video.